Indian Army, the symbol of bravery and courage. History proves that whenever our country has faced a war, our soldiers have fought with great determination, bringing glory and victory to the country. The Indian Army has a number of regiments, each having its own proud history. Among them, one of the most remarkable regiment is the Gurkha regiment. Although Gurkhas are not of Indian origin, yet they are serving the country as an important part of our armed forces. At the time of First World War, this regiment operated with only 2 battalions. One of the battalion was honored with the battle honor in Mesopotamia. At the end of Second World War, when India got independence, there were only 10 Gurkha regiments serving to the Indian Army. For the purpose of division, the government of Britain, India and Nepal jointly signed an agreement. According to this agreement, 4 Gurkha regiments were transferred to the British, but 2 of them stayed back in India under the leadership of Naik Ganjulam. Thus, the 11th Gurkha regiment was raised at Palampur in the year 1948. After the independence, India faced deadly wars with its neighboring countries, mainly Indo-Pak and Indo-Chinese conflicts. The contribution of Gurkha soldiers was of great significance, bringing victory to our country. The regiment has been awarded with major military honours like Veer Chakra, Ashok Chakra and the Param Veer Chakra. In the year 1999, this regiment again proved its caliber in the Kargil War, showing an outstanding performance. It was given the title of Bravest of the Brave. Today, this regiment has carved a name in the history of Indian Army with the motto of Yatraham Vijay Satatra. Hailing from the high hills of Himalayas, the Gurkhas, descendants of the Kiratas and the natives of eastern Nepal. These soldiers have been in forefront of achievement in the Indian Army. Difficult living conditions make them strong to overcome unfavorable situations. They are also known for their honesty and dedication. The 11 Gurkha Rifles Regimental Centre at Lucknow has a proud history in giving trained and courageous soldiers to the Indian Army. They have been actively participating in all the wars fought by the Indian Army. As a result, the regiment has earned the battle honours of Shingo, Bogra and the recent Bravest of the Brave for the victorious Kargil War. The Regimental Centre provides training to make a selfless Gurkha soldier. For this purpose, the regiment admits recruits mainly Rais, Limbus and Tamangs. Here, they are entitled as Kois in different battalions. These battalions are named after regiments' battle honor, namely Bogra, Shingu and Kaluba. New recruits are then allotted different barracks within the regiment's premises. Once the barracks are allotted, the recruits are bound to follow basic army rules and regulations and are molded in a tough schedule from morning to evening. Every dawn at the regimental center comes with a new hope for a challenging day. A recruit's day begins at 3 o'clock early in the morning. They then move out for their daily morning activities. They settle their beds and arrange their belongings in a proper manner. After these activities, recruits go for a cup of tea. While having tea, they also go through their lessons. For a recruit training, dressing is the most essential part. As a routine, they dress up smartly with properly placed beret and tight-laced shoes. The first schedule of the day begins with PT exercises. It is an essential part of the training program. The recruits fall in at PT ground and report to the Subedar Major. He explains the concerned PT instructors for the various exercises to be conducted. The instructor guides and supervises them. Some of them are taken for battle physical efficiency test, while the rest do basic exercises like jogging, running and push-ups. Later, they do some basic military exercises like beam practice, vertical ropes, 9-feet ditch and para-slithering. Special importance is attached to recruits' body movements and way of exercising. The instructors take keen interest in recruits' physical fitness and mental alertness. The main aim behind these exercises is to build stamina within the recruits. They are made systematic and have been scientifically tested. Such exercises also make them face hard and difficult situations. The recruits sweat out with enthusiasm and devotion. Overall, these exercises help them in increasing their physical strength and meet the challenge of war. Along with PT exercises, some of the recruits practice drill exercises at the drill ground. These exercises help them in grooming their personality and making them tough and strong. The drill teaches them team spirit and the value of comradeship. This molds them into a fighting soldier. The drill ground gives them a sense of discipline and punctuality. It also grooms them into a military bearing. Attention is paid to marching steps and standing postures. Stress is laid on dress and military bearing of the recruits. The drill rehearsals give them the firm military manner of carriage, and they march proudly. After the 2 rigorous training periods, the recruits move towards the dining hall. They stand in front of serving platform and wait for the cook to serve them breakfast. Then they occupy their places on the dining tables and take their meal. The Langar commander inspects the diet of the recruits and ensures that they get proper share for the hectic day. After the breakfast, the recruits change their uniform and march to the weapon training ground. It is the most vital part of recruits' training. For this purpose, recruits are taken to their respective squad post for deliberate lectures. The lectures are given in great detail. No mistake is acceptable to the trainer while the lectures are given. Recruits are then made to learn the basic functions of their weapon. Individual attention is given to the recruits for understanding the operation of the weapon. Major parts of weapon are also shown to them. Soon after the fundamental explanations, few practical exercises are also conducted. The trainer ensures that a recruit is able to solve any mechanical problem which may arise in the weapon. On instructions by the trainer, the recruits rehearse with the weapon, while the other recruits watch the activities going on. During this, technical and operational usage of the weapon is taught. Finally, the recruits come at the shooting range. Here, they are given rifles and cartridges. Each recruit takes position with the weapon and is supported by another recruit. Then, the trainer commands the positioned recruit to aim the target and shoot one by one. The recruits practice on the target with different position as well as weapon. Irrespective of the circumstances, the recruits are made fully confident of handling their weapons effectively. One of the essential elements of recruits training is education. The recruits devote weeks in basic foundation course, which includes fundamental military rules and regulations. Lectures are delivered on various subjects pertaining to army. The instructor makes all possible efforts to make the class more interactive. Here, the recruits are acknowledged about technical as well as educational aspects of the army.
संस्कृति और शिक्षा संबंधी अधिकार नंबर 6 संवैधानिक कठिनाइयों के उपचार का अधिकार.
Special lectures are delivered on the most significant exercises like map reading. According to the education officer, these exercises enhance their mental ability and power of judging the distance. Special equipments like the prismatic compass are also provided to the recruits. They perform on them to increase their practical knowledge. Emphasis is given to communication skills. For improving the language and grammar, trainers conduct classes on phonetics and linguistics. The trainers provide them devices on which they are trained. They are made to practice on various sound instruments in order to improve their verbal as well as vocal skills. A well-maintained library is also provided to the recruits within the education center. Under the supervision of the trainer, they take keen interest in reading books of their choice. Along with other languages, attention is given to improve Hindi of the recruits.
As much as possible. Sometimes there's a loud reading also. He guides you to take a small, simple book.
They are also given computer education as a part of the training. Use of computer application is taught with special reference to military. Importance is given to multimedia and its uses. They work on the computer systems under the guidance of qualified computer trainers. After taking lunch and resting for 2 hours, the recruits move to the field for various sports activities. They take part in various games under the guidance of sports trainer. Sports events like boxing match and other competitions are organized at regular intervals. These events teach them the spirit of sportsmanship. Higher officials, administrative staff and their families are invited to such events. The matches are played in the true spirit, following the rules and regulations. Recruits of different battalions participate in these competitions. At the time of competition, recruits of various battalions assemble at the ground. They cheer for their colleagues and boost their morale. The regiment recognizes passion and devotion of winners. They are appreciated and are given awards for their notable efforts. As the clock strikes 6 in the evening, the recruits come out of their barracks for the dinner. They then proceed to the dining hall, where they enjoy the nutritious meal. The food served for dinner is heavier as compared to breakfast and lunch. During the dinner, recruits share some relaxed moments with their colleagues. After the dinner, they come back to their beds in their respective barracks. Having spare time, recruits actively indulge themselves in discussing the day's lessons and other amusements. The recruits go to bed and relax after a long hectic day. The last and the most important part of recruits training is camp training. It is conducted far away from the regimental center. The duration of the camp training is approximately 8 to 9 days. This training is conducted at a place where the recruits get a warlike environment. This type of training deals with variety of military tactics. On the first 2 days of camp training, laying and pitching of extendable tents take place. These things are very important as far as camp training is concerned. These trainings primarily teach the recruits to operate as a part of their company. Warlike activities like carrying out a patrolling and laying of an ambush is taught to the recruits. Camp training is the sum total of theory, lectures and lessons done in the classes. It reinforces the ideas to the recruits. The instructor advises on various precautions to be taken by them. He tells them to avoid carelessness and suggests them to take active participation in the forthcoming military exercises. After that, the recruits are made to practice platoon battle drill. By this, recruits combine their individual efforts into a group. This drill also prepares them for facing an enemy attack. Warlike situations are also given to guide them for a battle. The section commander makes them rehearse various tactics like moving with the crowd, using the weapon and judging the distance of the vast open ground. During platoon drill, the recruits are taught about various battle aspects like taking position, targeting enemy territory and combat techniques. They then assemble in front of trainer for further instructions. Guidelines for upcoming activities are given to them. The other important aspect of camp training is defense and attack. These major military operations are carried out during a war. The recruits take defenses as per the specific dimension given by the instructor. They then occupy their positions at night and are carried out to exercise a simulated military attack planned by senior trainers and instructors. Artificial sound effects of battle noise are given till they adopt proper methods of facing particular war situations. At last, the training ends with a campfire. The recruits eagerly look forward for this day. It marks the end of 34 weeks of long training. Various awards are given to the recruits who performed with excellence during the camp training. The recruits also share their experiences with their colleagues and officers of the regiment. Some of them come up with their talents.
जिन्दगीमा रम्दै भविष्यको सपना बुन्दै जिन्दगीमा रम्दै भविष्यको सपना बुन्दै आशाहरू समेट्दै निराशालाई जोड्दै आशाहरू समेट्दै.
It is considered to be the most emotional part of recruits training. And finally, with happiness on their face and courage in their heart, they join hands together and celebrate as they have become proud soldiers of the Indian Army. Finally, the day comes when the recruits proudly march towards the glory of being a soldier of the Indian Army. The guard of honor is given to the chief guest, along with higher officials of the regiment by the recruits. The recruits take oath in the name of God for devoting their lives to the country. They pledge to serve the country and promise to honestly fulfill their duty irrespective of the circumstances they may come across. On this occasion, they are awarded for their performance during the training. The best among them is honored with regiment's famous weapon called kukri. From now onwards, these Gurkha soldiers will prove to the world that their motto, "Main jahan, Vijay wahan," is a sign of victory and will carry it to generations in the years to come. They have learnt that honor in battlefield means standing at one's ground and fight even to the last breath to safeguard our proud and gracious country. Jai Hind, Jai Jawan.